Guys, I went to the mid-season. I gotta watch this on the big screen. I'm telling you, this was a moment for us. Yeah, this was f***ed up. Pick that baby back up. Was that Connie's doctor in the back? This recap gonna be longer than my regular. She's like petite, like body teeth. Y'all trying to win us back? I don't know how much an Hermes is. This is True Blue DeVal. Who are you? You don't even know her like that. Yeah, say it with your chest or not at all, fam. If you say something to me that I don't agree with, I'll just shut up. The son of a preacher man. Your grief does not dismiss the foolish. Big mama over here got delayed. Paige, you ain't got a lot of kicking. A tornado flew around. I didn't think he was wild for saying that. I'm worried about the baby. Don't you ever in your life talk to me like that. Oh, that's so cute to get on TV. This is good acting. Are you dumb? Y'all, it was nuts. But good nuts. What up, loves, and welcome back to another episode of From Rizzo with Love with me, your girl Donna Rizzo, as we're here to recap the mid-season finale of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 9, Episode 11. Guys, I went to the mid-season. It was a good time. I was late. I was 45 minutes late, but man, it was a good time. And I got to, I'm jumping ahead here, but I got to recreate the opening credits. You know how like, my girls hold me down. And then it's like the sisters' words going across the screen. And then each of them are there. And then it's a group of them. We got to recreate that, which was so freaking cool. The cast members were also there to do a post-episode panel, but they also watched the episode along with us. I am only doing this recap because, one, I need to watch this episode again because there was so much talking. Guys, as much as I talk through these episodes, if this is your first time here, I do live reaction recaps where I talk through the episode as I'm watching it. So I pull out points and moments and snippets and clips in the moment as they go sequentially. I'm not doing a post-show recap. This is a little bit of a post-show recap, but normally it's not a post-show recap. Normally you're seeing this. I haven't seen the episode that we're about to recap. So I'm the type who needs to pause. Hold up. Do I need to go? This is why some people be like, oh, you should do a watch party. Nigga, it takes me an hour and a half to get through this show. This show's an hour. It's going to take me an hour and a half to an hour 45 to get through the show because I am paying attention to details. I am stopping in the middle and saying a couple of things, you know, that you can find, that you can figure out, asking a couple of questions that I want you guys to answer, giving you some of my predictions. There's a lot that goes into that, but that's me in my house. I can't have everybody else jumping, screaming. Everybody was laughing and kikiing. I was just like, this is a good moment for the brand. But I'm gonna have to go home and watch it because I know there was some words like, you know, as things would happen, everybody would be like, oh, hell no. You know, and there would be like chatter in between. And you know me, I'm like, can we go back? Well, what did we miss? I know he probably said, shut up, Zatima, but I need to know how he said it. So I'm excited to watch this and get all the lines in between. And as I watch it, I'm going to give you guys some like, you know, things that happened or something that came up maybe during the panel or, you know, in conversation with people around me about the episode. Because after a while, once I realized like, hey, people are talking through this, I'm just like, yeah, what you think about that? Shorty behind me asked me if I thought that Zach did the right thing by going to Chaz. And y'all know we conflicted on that, but I'm like, if you tried to handle it once, you did it in front of me and I see it's not getting handled, I'm gonna go handle it. Now, I'm not gonna do that in the business venture. I'm not gonna do that to go fight you, but I'm gonna go handle it. So there's levels. Now, the argument that ensued, that is what I need to watch because it was really good when I was watching it there. I don't know if it was because it was on the big screen or everybody was on edge, or maybe the acting was just phenomenal, which is likely. But I need to take all of that scene in on my own and with y'all. I did do a recap of the mid-season special, so I will drop it here. I actually have to edit the portion that goes vertically now. I did the horizontal. You would think, oh, it just means put it vertical. No, because everything doesn't go in the screen. So sometimes when I'm recording, I'll record like this and then I'll go like that. It's not that much, but it's something that you have to think about. You know what I'm saying? So I will be making those edits so I can put it in shorts and or on TikTok. But it's on my YouTube right now and it's on my Instagram right now. So if you haven't seen it, I'm just going to drop it here for you before we jump into this episode. Come with me to the mid-season finale watch party for Tyler Perry's Sistas in partnership with Poppin' Creative. Nothing says I'm going to be late than trying something new with your hair, but don't worry, they provided everyone with a unique code for $25 off of Uber, but I also forgot that it was rush hour. So I showed up a little late and a man asked me a question I've heard before, but I just can't quite place it. But the venue was beautifully designed and decorated. As soon as you walked in, it felt very like Sistas-y. There was food, drink, snacks, music, photo ops, and there was a game going on with guests, and they won a meet and greet with the cast later. Here's a video of them finding out. Minutes later, it was time to watch the season finale with the cast present. Now, y'all, this crowd was ready. They were loud. They were yelling at the TV. They were talking, laughing at the screen, singing. I was talking to the young lady behind me after I realized, like, I'm gonna have to watch this on my own to do my recap. Then in portions, DeVal, aka Zach, was up joking with people during the scene transitions. But up next was the panel with the cast. It was cute. Y'all, Mignon is secretly the funniest person on this cast. Brian, aka Maurice, is actually funnier in person than he is on the show. There was a point where he took us to church. You guys know if you say on today, you straight Bishop Brian over here. And then we broke out in song led by Crystal, which was great. The panel was over, and naturally, this hilarious cast could not get off the stage in a normal way, so everyone got out joking. After the game winners went on to take their photos with the cast, I went over to this insanely cool activation that they had where I got to recreate the show's intro with me in it. That was honestly the highlight of my night, y'all. I'm going to tell my kids about that. How many people get to say they recreated their favorite show's intro? What? Because I wasn't hosting, my goal was really to get like 4 or 5 people to do some content that I had at the end. Everybody was rushing. They were cleaning up and trying to like meet the cast after they walked out. It was rainy, so I didn't quite get what I need, but shouts to this mama for the assist. I was able to link up with DeVal after, and I let him know about the recaps, and he was like, oh my God, I watched, you're mad funny. So we took a photo, we did a video, behold that. You're gonna have to see that later. It was rainy out, so we all scrambled back home. I decided to take the shuttles they had reserved for us back to Atlantic Terminal and a couple of other locations in Brooklyn, which was super clutch. Shouts to my driver and to the other people I met in the shuttle. It was more like a party bus. I did see some of the best chivalry I've ever seen in my life, where a man was clearly on a date with his black girlfriend and it was raining unexpectedly and he took his shirt off to give her a shield. They don't make them like that anymore, y'all. But it did take me 40 minutes to get back home, which I know, unpopular opinion, I love taking the train. But I did have to do that safety video of me taking a selfie because there were 2 men at the other end of the train, and I don't know about that. So I got in, found out that my outfit for the night was actually delivered by the time I got back, so kudos, thank you for that. Hit the unready and went right back to editing until I fell asleep. Overall, great night. Big shouts to BET, big shouts to Poppin' Creative and Tyler Perry Sistas for the invite. I will see y'all at the next one. Is there anything? Oh, I would also like to say thank you guys for encouraging me to go. You know, someone said to me, you don't have to ask for permission. And I said growth. But just know that I'm not asking you all for permission for me to do anything, right? It is me asking you for advice because y'all are the people who are in this special, who do this with me. So I would love to hear what your advice is as to how we might be able to do another episode, right? Obviously, I confided with my loved ones and my friends about it, but it's different when there are people who are just as engrossed into this brand as you are. Like, I really don't have, I think I have, my cousin is, and maybe one friend. I really don't have like my friends from New York who are really into this. I was talking to my therapist and I'm like, yo, people who like Sistas are you either from the South or you're an older woman. People who like Tyler Perry are either from the South or are older women. On some real shit, I feel like that's all the people that I met at the mid-season, because I don't feel like Tyler Perry is like very big in New York unless you're older. And so for me to see like millennials and like, you know, 30s to like, I would say it was probably like 30 to 45-year-olds there. For me to see those people, I'm like, And then as I kept talking to people, it was like, oh yeah, I'm from here. I moved here. I live in Brooklyn now, or I'm from, you know, but that's why I watch Sistas. And I'm like, where is the New York City Tyler Perry Sistas community? Where are y'all? Which is crazy because before this whole thing, Tyler Perry Studios happened, I actually used to work for a ticketing venue. Can I say this? And Tyler Perry would come for his plays, and he was in our smaller theater. So there were people who were coming to watch his plays because there were never issues selling the tickets. I'm trying to think. The way I would know if a show had issues selling tickets is if once I put out an email or a notification for like the pre-sale, if I then had to do another one for on sale and then another push, like we had to figure out, okay, you know, what type of people, what other shows they may be interested in, who might also be interested. Like once I knew that, then I was like, damn, it's not selling. But I don't recall ever having to do that. I recall using his audience to help promote other stuff, right? And it wasn't like, oh, we took your data and your information. Not like that. It was like, let's model this audience, you know? But yeah, so they exist. They're here in New York, but where are they? Where are you? You're not a, no shade. You're not a transplant. You're not from the South. You're not over 60 years old. And you live in New York. And you're a Tyler Perry Sistas. Where are you? Oh, that's right. And I also tried to get some content. I was going to do like if you guys saw my Dreamville content, you know how I did like what they call man on the street. Like I kind of went in the crowd or had some people come up to me and I asked them like trivia or like fun questions. I had an idea to do fun New York based questions as it relates to the Sistas cast. Like, oh, who's most likely to jump the turnstile? There were 12 questions. So it was going to be like 2 minutes, 3 minutes or less. But everybody was like, too cool for school, which I'm going to remember. Or there was like cleaning up and everybody was rushing. They wanted to meet the cast and didn't want to do my stuff, the cast is much more exciting than I am. Very aware of it right now. So I got a lot of either shy people who really wanted to be behind the camera or watch the show, or people who were just like too cool for school, or the other group of people who were like just trying to get to the cast. And I said this before when I did my one of them days. If you guys know, I went to several theaters for Issa Rae and Sarita Singleton's One of Them Days, the movie with SZA and Keke Palmer. And the easiest people, I mean, they were coming up to me, was Gen Z. They wanted to be in front of the camera. A lot of them didn't know how to create, right? But if you asked, they were willing and ready. And then they showed their emotion and their feeling and their personality. So I think that's also another reason why it was a little tougher for me to get that. But I ain't giving up on it. I will say what I did get was a drop and a little meet from DeVal, aka Zach. And at the end, I like gave him like a hug or whatever, you know, side hug. And then I saw Kadeen over there. And that was a moment where I'm like, you wish you caught up on Divorced Sisters so you could like talk to her about it too. I'm pretty sure she's like used to that, where like people are going up to her husband and likely not interacting or saying anything to her. I'm sure things have changed now, but that's never been my thing. Like even outside, even when I was with my ex, it was be like somebody comes up to him, it would be his responsibility to be like, hey, this is my girl Donna, or they might say, oh yeah, blah, blah, Donna. Like he was really good with doing that. And even the other way around, if I'm talking to someone, I would do the intro of him. Or if I go up to someone that I know and I see them with their wife or their significant other, I'm always like, I'll do a quick hi, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Just to show respect there and then have a conversation with that person. So I think I do that with like friends too. I think it's just me being respectful to the plus one, to the other person that's with them, so that I'm not taking their attention away and leaving them as like a third wheel. So I went up to her too and I was like, hey, you know, I gave the husband a hug, you know, I gotta give the wife one too. But then of course it was raining, so we had to like jet and get out of there. But what did we learn? What did I want to bring here? I am so sorry that the audio cut off. I don't know why it's saying I don't have enough space. That's trash. Forgive me. But my mic just stopped working. Okay, so after, I was gonna leave this towards the end, but let me just talk about the panel and stuff right now. There was a quick little panel with the cast right after we saw the episode, which really went by so fast without talking, commercials, and previously on Sistas, right? It went by very quickly. So Mignon, who plays Danny, mentioned, she said that she thinks Black excellence is a detriment to the Black community because we're over here seeking, oh, I want to make sure I'm the most elite. I want to make sure I'm working this hard and my job becomes my title. Like, I'm paraphrasing, right? I want to make sure that I reach this Black excellence so much so that we are not seeking bliss. We're not seeking happiness, and we're not going towards the things that really bring us joy. Instead, we're like, Black excellence, Black excellence. Very interesting. And I agree, especially now in my life, because I have the means for the next couple of months to walk away from that grind and that like crabs in a barrel mentality that clearly corporate America has for us. I sit back and I wish that everybody could find their passion and do their passion. Now, I also wish that I could do my passion, right? Which is doing all this. But you know what? I'm not gonna speak negatively. Yes, I wish that everyone could find peace and financial security, because that's really why that whole Black excellence thing is, because we need to play their game. We need to play the game that money moves things, money gives status, money gives things in the world that make a lot of this life, this living, more convenient, that we don't have to deal with the bullshit. So I understand why Black excellence is something that people want to attain, but what good is gaining the world when you lose your soul? Up next, and look, we already saw the episode. So Maurice was talking about how he is now, flirty and getting it on with this white man. And it's interesting because, and I said Maurice, Brian said this, right? It's interesting because he was always like, white people this and white people that and da-da-da. And it's interesting that now here he is getting what he needs from a white man. Then this is the big one. So there was a question that was asked, and it said something like, blah, 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 Zach's ego, or it was some 2 negative traits against Zach. And DeVal was like, look how you started that, right? You already put in Zach in a negative light. You're already leading with negativity. So you're making everyone believe that something is wrong with Zach, when really Zach is still dealing with grief. And we are being like, oh, it's you. But everyone grieves in different ways. We are not realizing that this is just a form of Zach grieving, right? He lost his daughter. Now he's potentially losing his wife to another man, right? He needs to keep him and his girls, which is also why he's calling in this midwife and all this that we're hearing here. But like, he is trying to have some control over it, whatever he can. And if somebody else is coming in to infiltrate that, that is him going at it because he is still grieving. And on one hand, we're like, Zach, you need to talk to Fatima about it. But then on the other hand, we're like, oh, you so soft, right? Fatima said that to him, like, oh, you acted soft or whatever. So he's like, damn, men are damned if they do or damned if they don't. And so before, when Fatima and everybody was like, oh, you being soft, he's like, all right, well, I'm not going to bring it to her anymore. I'm not going to bring these problems to her. I'm going to deal with them on my own. And so he went to deal with them on his own. Now, this is true blue DeVal, Zach related, or just in his brand and his platform. He sticks up for men expressing their emotions, for husbands, for men feeling how they feel, for the nature of men, how they're different than men and women. That's his shit. And I know there was a point in my life look, like I don't know about how long I've been following him, but I followed him before he got on Sistas. And then there was a stint where like I didn't follow him. I'm trying to remember what brought me back. Sometimes I just go through social media cleanses. I don't even want to tell y'all why, because, it's like when you go out on dates, you don't tell a man exactly what you're looking for, because then they'll conform to that. I want you to be you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to lead anybody into being who they're not. Be your true self. It's something I don't fuck with, you out of here. But there goes through moments where I'm like, oh, I don't know these people. Or sometimes I'm like, I want to have only people that I've spoken to who call me, who know my mama's name on my social. So that was probably during one of the just like cleanses. But he has always been advocating for men and husbands and fathers. And a lot of times discussing the differences between mothers, women, and wives. Now, do I always agree with him? No. But what the would the world be if everybody agreed with everything I thought? Like, that's stupid. If all your friends agree and believe every single thing that you say, you need to find some more friends, because you're not challenging yourself in your mind. But anyway, so I realized he was, it's not getting frustrated. I don't know what the word is, but he was bringing attention to the fact that we are over here, all the sisters and all the women in the, there were some men who were standing up in the back, but primarily a room an audience filled with women who were over here bashing this man, he was bringing light to the fact that, damn, we can't do shit. And I respect that. There's moments where I'll be like, damn, these niggas be going too hard. That's just because I have this good and bad trait where, like, if I'm not f***ing you, if you're not my family, or if you're not somebody I see and talk to, somebody who's going to be in my life and have a role or play a role in my life or in my child's life or my family's life, if you say something to me that I don't agree with, I'll just shut up. And just be like, I'm not arguing with you back and forth. I think the podcast world, the social media world, makes people think that they have to argue with people when they don't believe this is a big point for him, but when they don't believe a point. So there's moments where I don't agree with him and I'm just like, okay. Right? If I don't agree with you for 10% of the time, there's really nothing. Who cares? And also it'd be like, I don't have experience in, it's not my life. So like, I don't give a fuck. If there's something that you and your wife do that's different than what me and my boyfriend do, I don't give a fuck. Your wife cool with that? You not hurting yourself or your wife? Go do that. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm at that like, oh, I don't have to agree with it. That might be one of the 10% of things I don't agree with, but who gives a fuck? But yeah, because we're in this social media world, also because he is on, and not just him, but because people are on stage talking about a show and there's a lot of podcasts where you have to express these opinions, they seem to go bigger, right? Where they may touch and impact you a little more than the average, like, oh, there's a person in the street who I don't fuck with. I also realized that I got moments like that. Like his is really advocating for the man and how a lot of times he feels like men are dismissed, not heard. Women can do this. Women can express themselves in this way. Women can say this. Women can grieve. Women can express emotion, but men can't, right? He is very big on that, whether it be as a man, a husband, a father, a child, whatever it is. I'm sure some of the shit I talk about on my personal page, I'll be talking about these bum ass who be following me around the street. Like, I'm sure there's people on my page who don't give a fuck. But yeah, so we all have shit like that. It was just interesting for me to have that introspective moment where I'm like, legit, I was sitting down like, yo, he going hard for this male shit again. But that's what matters to him. That's what he want to get off. And again, he's not wrong. It don't affect me. Hopefully it impacted somebody there who was like, yo, there was one girl who was going in on Zach, like, Zach, you wildin', da-da-da. She was going in. And he was kind of directly speaking to her, in a lighthearted way. But he was like, basically like, motherfucker like you. So I'm sure it left a mark on someone. So it's greatly appreciated. There's a space and a place for all of it. But I say 20 minutes of that to say your grief does not dismiss the foolishness, right? I can say you did it because you're grieving, but does that mean you should have done that, right? Or does that mean that was the right thing to do? I know the why, but that doesn't justify it, right? Like, I'm trying to say something that's a little smaller, but would evoke a large reaction. Let's say someone else got punched in the face and then they went to kill a person. We know why they were upset enough to go kill the person. That does not make killing the person right? Like, this is all that. So I hear him and I see it. But there comes a point in life where Zach especially, it's like the boy who cried wolf. Because we have seen Zach have his emotions take over his logic several times and to the extreme. Like, especially on Zatima, to the extreme. I need him to work on that a little more. And maybe as his woman, as his right hand, if a bitch like me from the outside is seeing that, his wife should be able to say, I know this might be coming. Let me figure out with a therapist or whoever, let me figure out the tools that I need to set up in place or the things that I need to look out for to know that potentially to recognize in my man that this might be coming. Right? So I need both of them to work on this. But yeah, Swords of Out outside is very similar to when I saw the Sistas cast. It's weird because I also saw Angela Beyonce, and I was like, hey Pam, and I was like, bitch, her name is not Pam. I was like, hey, Pam. And I was like, oh, hey, Angie. Like, she's like, hey. She's also so small. But she's like petite, like body T. And so I was like rushing out because I was just trying to get on the shuttle. And then I saw DeVal out there and I saw him talking to someone. And I was like, let me wait my turn now that I know the shuttles aren't coming. And let me just, just go and say something. And he was talking to that girl who's called out to him while he was sitting there basically blaming Zach. And I was like, just go up next to them because this conversation is going on a long time and I'm going to just stay right here. And respect to him because that conversation was happening. I came up over there next to them and he continued the conversation and gave that fan and her friend the time and the attention that they needed. I love that. Like, I wasn't really like, oh, look at me. But I was just like, you could tell that my body was there and you could tell that I was like waiting. You didn't know. Obviously, he didn't know who it was, but like respect to continuing and having that conversation. And I was listening in and I was like, it's a good conversation between them. So then it was time for them to take their picture. And I was like, I'll take the picture, whatever. I'm taking like mad pictures. And I was like, all right, I got mad pictures or whatever. I said something that would indicate that I'm from New York. I think he made it seem like it was just me talking when y'all don't know this, but I used to have a heavy New York accent. Heavy. Ooh. I didn't realize it until I realized, I heard my father talking and I was like, or I hear my mother saying some things, but my dad's accent is strong. Apparently I was talking like him. And if I can recognize that, that means I don't speak like that anymore. So yeah. And people used to always be like, say Manhattan, say New York. And I'll be like, oh my God. And sometimes y'all don't know it, but sometimes I'll say dog and I have to edit it out. But because I'm on the radio and I don't edit the radio, sometimes I don't know why I would say dog, but sometimes I'm reading, or going through the news and I'll say dog or, everybody knows coffee, but I don't usually say coffee. It's dog and something else. It's another word that I still slip up and say in my old accent that I don't realize until I hear it come out. And I'm like, bitch. But yeah, so then he's like, oh, I know you from New York. And I was like, yeah, I'm from Queens. And I was like, oh, from Rizzo with Love. And he was like, oh my God, yes, I watch your stuff. You're so funny. He was like, I think I shared it. I was like, come on, share. Like, appreciate it. And he was like, yo, let's take a picture. And I was like, yes. Maybe I said, let's take a picture. And yeah, I said, let's take a picture. And then I was like, no, let's go into the light here. And he was like, nah, let's do a video. And I was like, let's do a video. I said, you that's the same thing Tony said. Tony was like, no, I'm gonna do a video. And I was like, appreciate it. So they did that, gave him a little side hug. Then went to hug Kadeen and then headed back. But I'm gonna drop his drop after this. And then I'm gonna tease my new show. Get excited. It's a show with me and 3 people. It's a rotating panel. I am having difficulty scheduling 3 people in the studio. I cannot wait until people are coming to me to be on the show. Or people are like, if I say, hey, we're filming another episode of blah, blah, blah this week. Would love for you to be on. They're like, oh yeah, I know blah, blah, blah. Yes, I would love to. Or, hey, my artist is dropping something. I would love if they could promote that on your show. So let's bring them on for this segment. Yes, would love that. So soon come. It was supposed to be the first full week in September. But as you guys know, Big Mama over here got delayed. She's doing better also. Did I tell y'all my shoulder's doing better? It's not great, but like PT is helping. It's weird though, because some days I feel it great and some days I don't feel great. But yeah, I can finally see a difference. The overhead is still killing you, girl, but here we are. All right, y'all. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. To the new people, this is a very different recap than we've ever done in the past. So enjoy what you're about to experience. I'm going to sit back, watch the show. Obviously there's not going to be any, what's that? Who's this? Where they going? Right. But I do want to talk through some scenes with you guys and ask some questions because we didn't get to do that together. And like I said, I need to see that last scene. I couldn't believe that that's where it ended. It was very shocking for it to end right there. Ooh. And then Karen, where you go, Karen? See, I'm gonna ask these questions. All right, let's go. You know the worst part about that? The very first scene that they opened up to, it was Hayden's face. You bum.
It's funny you bring up friendship when you don't know anything about it because you don't.
And when you don't have any friends, sir.
Well, I know everything that goes on at my firm.
Why does Hayden keep saying my firm? He should just be saying the firm that I work at, right? Like, you're not a partner. Stop saying like my firm. Also, do we think Hayden really believes that Andy is jealous, or is he trying to stir the pot with those two? Hey, Andy's jealous of you. Andy, you're jealous of her. Look what she has. To get in both of their heads.
I actually just had dinner with him and his lovely wife.
Yeah, this was up.
Did you not know about our relationship? You poor soul.
Poor unfortunate soul.
That's what you want, right? To play?
Yeah, say it with your chest or not at all, fam. Andy, why you letting him see you sweat, though? That's what I don't like. All right, I feel like I need to watch this again to see where this happened. Do y'all watch the episodes over? Or you just watch it? You watch the episode and then you watch me watch the episode, probably? That baby's so cute, though. How did she go from this?
The second most beautiful baby I've ever seen.
You know what? What if she wrote that letter before, but she really just went for a walk with Faith? Because he says she needs a change of scenery. So she just went outside and they freaking out for nothing. Oh, that's so cute to get on TV. She said, you're perfect. That baby said, who are you?
I'll take a little nap in your room. Okay.
Oh, this is how it happened. She took a nap. No, she's all right. She's okay. She took the baby, though. She needed to get away from everybody. Whoever's baby that is, that's a good baby. See, I need to see that letter up there. No, the letter's not up there, damn. Pick that baby back up. She don't want to be put down. Oh, sorry, y'all changed the scene, okay. See, we're okay. We are okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that look a little different? Oh, it was just my intro. Did y'all notice the part where I'm just standing there like this? Sir, you need to say action so I know that I should be starting to move. You just told me to stand there and then you said you're going to walk up. Are you going to tell me now is the walk up? Because there's a portion in the clip where I'm like, come on, sir. I can't even cut that out because then it messes up the whole shit. How's this recap going to be longer than my regular?
His past involvements have nothing to do with us.
His past involvements have nothing to do with us is a bold-faced lie. Because Miss Marie's past involvements are the reason why you wanted her on as a client. So miss me with the past involvements not mattering if it's negative, but the past involvements mattering if it's positive. Don't do it.
What about ethics? Bradley?
Yelling at this man. See, this is when everybody was like, oh! And I was like, what is he saying? Please be quiet. Not really. I was down for it. I like this camera angle. Okay, whoever did this. I didn't think we would be seeing Rich this season after this. It's their Hermes. It's their version of Hermes. I don't know how much an Hermes is. Son, the Hermes Birkin crocodile is $185,000. The regular Birkin is like 30 to 34. I love that he thought that they would get back together. So he was like, I'm a Penelope in the background, but I'm still thinking about you, Sabrina.
No, Sabrina, man, she gonna fall in love within a month.
Rich, you don't know her? You don't even know her like that.
Sabrina, do you hear me?
I done told y'all the first one after the breakup, ain't it? I don't know the answer to that, so never mind. That's just what they've been telling me. Who is that person looking in the back? I did not notice that. Paige was not liking this. She's like, what are you doing with my friend? What are you doing? My brother and my friend? Wait a minute. I'm just now thinking about this. Was Paige just like trying to be cool and still have Maurice see her as cool? As like, who does vision boards? Like, that's lame. Or did she genuinely mean that? Paige, you ain't got a lot to kick it.
Oh, I'm gonna eat whatever you make me, and then ask for seconds.
They went crazy on this. Y'all, it was nuts. But good nuts.
Yeah, but baby, they're making money.
Brandon's acting has gotten so much better. Y'all remember when we first saw him?
Tony, looks like a tornado has hit my apartment.
A tornado flew around my room.
Smell nothing?
That's the problem.
You've been in it too long
look,
to smell yourself.
And not finish it.
Nasty.
Except for my food.
This is where I lost it. I told y'all, you know what? This is too. I say when you don't matter, I don't even need to talk to you. I'm just head out. She just dipped, y'all. You know, as much as I love lashes, and Fatima's lashes here aren't exaggerated or anything, like they're good lashes. You know how sometimes we look at photos and we be like, why did somebody let me get away with that? Like, I don't know how anybody was talking to me. Like I was blind to seeing that. I think people, because I look at makeup from like 5-10 years ago and I'm like, we looked like clowns, straight clowns. I have a feeling people are going to look at us, even not that, you know, obviously they're going to look at us with them crazy, with those curl lashes that people have. But I think they're even going to look at us for having all these false lashes and just talking about like the shadow that it creates, because she has like lash line shadows under her eye because of her lashes. And I'm saying that as a you be wearing lashes, you know, like I think that's going to be our one, because I think the makeup looks good, except some people are changing their entire skin complexion with all the highlight and the over contouring of the nose. That's also going to be in our books in 10 years.
Just gotta keep it under wraps for now.
This is obviously going to lead us to something. Is it going to get to a point where Fatima gets caught by Benson and then Andy has to choose her job or her friendship with Fatima? That's going to be in the next half.
If you know you can talk to me about it.
Can she? Because you just put the boss hat on for the last 3 days. So this now changes their relationship. You saw Fatima like, no, I'm good. Andy drew that line and it's not getting any lighter. Fatima said, oh, you made a line? Cool. Let's keep it there. This was a moment for us. The whole spot was like, oh my God, what the f***? Aaron wearing the preacher clothes of he's wearing a full gray suit, but with a gray hoodie. The son of a preacher man. And when Pam came out, everybody screamed for her because, you know, Angie Beyonce was there. She's way prettier in person than she is on this show. Is this the wig? One of the things that was interesting during the panel is that they asked a question, something about like, you know, your character going through whatever during the season, whatever the question was. But Angie was like, you know, this is Pam's second try at entrepreneurship. And she is not doing well, right? She is not used to this. She was thrown into entrepreneurship. Roots to Riches kind of went off and took off without her. So she doesn't really know all these steps into running her own business. Even with Roots to Riches, she was running out of product. It was going crazy. She was selling it in the salon while she was also working there. She was missing things with her regular job. She was putting inventory over there. She was having it be, you know, used for something else and was okay with it. Didn't know how to build a business plan. She's very green to this. And now she's thrown into running a salon that already seems to have a way of doing things. She doesn't know the systems. She doesn't know how to ensure that she has enough inventory for next week, right? Like she's not doing well on this, but she's never done this. And you threw her into something major. She also said Pam is not messy. She's nosy.
The shock should be the least of her worries right now.
Yes. Oh, when I was sitting down there, I was like, oh, I can't wait to say this. Y'all see that same extras in the back too? The one who I said looked like Eva from Top Model and from, I'm about to say King's Court. All the Kingsmen? What's the damn show? Adam. Look like her husband in the background again. That's how you know Tyler be filming this back to back to back to back to back. He said, we got extras for a day. We're going to do the whole season. I wonder what Zach is really like drunk. Excuse me. I wonder what DeVal is really like drunk. I'm not getting drunk. I'm getting played drunk. What is this man really like? I feel like he be wanting to race everybody. He be like, I could dunk on an 18-foot rim. Like, I feel like he's the Superman drunk. You know how some people are like happy drunk. Some people are like real touchy. I feel like he just want to compete drunk.
No, I need you to stop telling me to chill. Stop telling me to chill.
This
You know what I need
seems
you
like
to
something he would do.
do?
This is Rich's second time getting in our good graces. Y'all trying to win us back? I like when she says this. You're probably too young. Like, you don't get it yet. You don't understand how these relationships work.
I'm not holding back the
So I didn't think he was wild for saying that. Everyone else was like, oh, hell no. Now, I understand how she may feel, right? Don't be saying you're going to whoop my man's ass. But if we look at him, Zach was trying to whoop his ass. He held back. Zach was being very disrespectful. He's letting her know, if he does that dumb shit again, I'm not holding back for you anymore. I wasn't mad at that on his side.
He wants to move in.
I like how Sabrina thought about that and then said, oh, glass half full. Tony not going to make it next season, right? We probably going to get rid of him at the end of the season. Damn.
It's because she's dated every red flag in Atlanta.
Okay, Danny. No, it's like,
Oh, that's my cousin.
oh, no.
This shit.
What? No.
This shit.
What's up?
This is what I need to see. My brain had this as the last scene.
Don't be throwing shit at me.
Mm.
This is 6,000.
Zach, you act like I cheated on you.
Did you?
Yeah.
Woo! I'm just going back to everybody's oohs and ahs.
I tell you for the
Y'all gotta, woo! Y'all gotta watch this on the big screen. I'm telling you, this scene, this shit was nuts. You trying to call me a groupie now?
Trying to loop me in with some groupie bitches.
Like I'm a bitch who's just after for money?
No, Zach.
Nah, you wildin'. Y'all, I'm worried about the baby. The stress. You know when she said, I'm gonna say this one time, I thought she was gonna lay it on him. But instead, she went into the defense. Hey, baby, let me tell you why it's not me. No, I'm going to say this to you one time. Don't you ever in your life talk to me like that. Don't you ever in your life group me with these dumb bitches. Know me better than that. And let's not ever get to this point again. Now, I'm not looking at no other niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
I simply said we were exploring other options.
This is good acting. This is good acting.
Look. It's not me, I may be cooking in
That
here.
was funny. This when everybody say,
got
woo! I hope this is the thumbnail. I hope I remember this thought. This shit's good.
Zach, I'm not about to argue with a drunk. We're not doing it.
Ooh! That's deflection.
Zatima.
This shit is nuts. Wait.
It's a conversation.
Wait a minute. See, we didn't see. Okay, there's too much commercial. Lord. Oh, right. She was like, well, I thought that and I said it, but didn't you hear me say that I felt bad for even thinking that? And he was like, it doesn't matter. See, I know you felt bad for saying it, but you did it anyway. Right? Do we get, you know, are you putting it together? Because that's not okay either. It's similar to us saying Zach wilded out on Chaz because he was grieving. Hear that. Understand the thought process. That doesn't excuse the action or what you said. Right? We see that? Now, obviously, when we're watching the screening, we're watching it. I think we started watching it at like 8 o'clock, 7:30, whatever the fuck. No, it was earlier. Like, let's say like 7:30. Obviously, the show had not aired, so we're not watching it with the cuts for TV. But I just see right now the commercial is Andy and Gary in her apartment. So the next scene that she looks over and sees the elevator door open and sees that it's Gary. Didn't this ruin it for y'all? Or did y'all already know that because y'all saw what's coming up next week? You know how to watch those. Okay, boom. So I think Andy's going to get to her apartment. The elevator door is going to open and it's Gary. And then I think they're going to find a letter from Karen saying that she can't do this anymore. Let's see if my predictions are right. Was that Connie's doctor in the back? This is like a real relationship. They just kikiing and talking like nothing.
Yeah, you deserve it after.
I meant to call out because this little has gotten used before. And I forgot to say this. That's very similar to Reasonable Doubt, which I haven't started recapping yet. But that sound is very similar.
What the hell are you doing here?
We knew we wasn't getting rid of Gary.
Well, what's it say?
He about to tell you, sis.
Oh, yes. You know what?
Girl, yes. I would throw up too.
I'll chop it up with you later.
Not the kisses. Sir, I don't care what grade of cousin you are. First, twice removed, we grew up in the same house. The second cousin on the third. I don't give a fuck. I'm not lying to my best friend so you can get some. Are you dumb? Sabrina, why you feel like that?
After.
Good. That's good. Okay. So, you know, they be building us up and it don't be like that. So she's saying she wants to end this chapter. She can't do this. She's going to end the chapter of being so sad and depressed. She said the doctor told her she needs to change environment. So she just simply took Faith out to the park. They hanging out. She can't continue to be a bad mom. She's moving on to the next chapter. Okay, that's 1. 2, I already said, Fatima is going to get in trouble because Andy told her to still stay on the case. And like I said, she's going to have to pick. 3, Rock, I don't know how you're going to stay here, but you're going to get told the truth. And somehow Sabrina is still going to like you. But like Rich is building his way back up to the cast and being here. So I wonder what that's going to do. Tony, I think this is your last season, bro. I don't know how you're going to recover from this. She's kicking you out. This going to be like y'all 3rd break in the last 2 seasons. And then Zach and Fatima, I think Chaz is coming by to apologize. No, to get the Birkin back, to get the $6,000 bag back. He also brought his friend or his bodyguard for backup. Maybe he's saying he apologizes. But stop coming to fucking house. Oh, he brought his dad or his OG who told him, hey, that's wrong for you to do that and send a gift to someone else, to another man's wife. So he came to apologize and to get the gift back. Yeah, it's going to be a great season. Don't ask me what the fuck is going to happen with Gary and Dr. Vaughn because I don't know. Okay. All right, y'all. Let me know what you thought about this first half. Sound off in the comments. I can't wait to see you guys. This is coming back right away. So I will see y'all. It's on the 8th. So I believe the 11th is when I will see you, which is 12th, which is actually an interesting time for me. Maybe we'll talk about that later. But yeah. Until then, guys, please always remember that everything that I have said has been from Rizzo with love. Bye, guys.